what I want to know is, what do you all think of this Madeleine McCann new search? I mean, it's sort of like, do you know how I feel about Madeleine McCann sometimes? Apart from very sad for this poor girl. Is this going to be one of those cases that goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on? And you think, because how many times has there been a little bit of excitement, if you like, that maybe Madeleine's been found, or maybe, something, the case is going to crack, and, that we're going to get to find out what happened to Madeleine. And then only for it to just completely, all fall apart and nothing comes of it. How many times has that happened? And sometimes I do feel with Madeleine McCann case that is that going to happen? I feel that one day something will happen. They'll say, there's a search going on or something. And nobody will take any notice because everyone's just sort of, just never thinks that anything's going to come of it. And then that something will come of it. Sometimes I wonder that. Is it one day going to break, this case? And will we be so unprepared for it? Because we've had so many times that we've thought something was going to come out that might, actually be relevant. And it wasn't, that we've got fed up of even, we've got desensitized to Madeleine McCann news. But anyway. Hey, sheep farming. Hey, Paul. Thank you. Hey, hi, Angel. Hi, Heather. Oh, it's hot there too. Oh, it's been horrible today. It's just felt really close. 5:30 in Australia. Yeah, and we've got supposedly maybe some rain tomorrow. We could do with it. Do you know what? I think that's why it's sort of, when sometimes it feels so close, like you need a storm. It might feel better after a little bit of rain. Hi, Geordie. Hi, David. Hi, Jim. Nice to see you. Hope the donkey's okay. Huh. Oh. Right. I'm sorry. I can see you. You're all chatting between yourselves. Oh, Jim, I hope you're okay. Sounds like you've had a time of it. Things tend to conspire together and all happen at once, don't they? Anyway, let me have some water, one sec. And then, just need to drink lots of water. Oh, it's only the 2nd of June. I've got 3 months of this. This won't get any better till September. In fact, it'll get worse before it gets better. Okay, so let's have a look. We're going to look at the Madeleine thing first of all. Do any of you think Madeleine will ever be found, or we will ever find out what really happened to Madeleine? Put your hand up if you think that we'll ever find out what really happened to Madeleine. There she is. This little girl. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? It's heartbreaking. And it's heartbreaking for the twins, for her siblings who never got to, grow up with their big sister. And, it's heartbreaking for the parents, whether you feel like they know what happened to Madeleine. We've all got our views on that. Do they know what happened to her? I'm not saying that they killed her deliberately anyway, but that maybe there was some sort of accident and a cover-up, and other people don't believe that. They believe the McCanns, and they believe she was abducted by somebody. Let me know, as always, what you think in comments. All we do know for certain is this little girl disappeared and has never been seen since. She's frozen in time. She's probably one of the most recognized faces in the true crime, community, but not even in the true crime community, is it? you tell me there's probably nobody or not many people will there be that don't know about Madeleine McCann, whether they follow true crime or not. You know, it's just one of those cases, isn't it? And not only in the UK, where, of course, Madeleine was from, and not only in Portugal, where she disappeared from, but all over the world, people know about Madeleine McCann, don't they? They know that little face. They know about her eye, about this thing that I can never remember what it's called. It's in her eye. You know, Madeleine is probably one of the most publicised cases, well, certain missing person cases ever. A little face frozen in time. Yeah. Oh, hi, K3. Yeah, we've got a mixture of people thinking, no, I don't. We all hope, that's it. We hope so, but it doesn't seem likely, does it? But you never know. Maybe just finding one thing. So, of course, what they have said so far about this German guy, Christian B, the German police say they've got all this evidence. Do you remember? I think that was the last video I did on this. The German police say, oh, yeah, we've got this evidence. It's definitely Christian B. Well, charge him then. You know, have you ever known a police force say, oh, yeah, we've got all this evidence, but we're not going to charge him? No, it's ridiculous. Because normally when a police force does have some evidence but doesn't have enough, they keep stum about it, don't they? They don't come out and say, oh, yeah, you know, we've got all this evidence. He's definitely done it, but no, we're not going to charge him. The police don't normally say that, do they? They keep quiet till they have got enough evidence. Because they have to go to the Crown prosecution. Well, I expect in Germany it's the same. You know, maybe it's not called the Crown Prosecution Service, but in America it's the DA's office, isn't it? The DA has to say, or do they go to a grand jury or something? You know, each country has its own system, and Germany won't be any different. They have to go somewhere and say, look, we've got this evidence, we want to prosecute, and then whoever it is, the organisation will say either, yay, we think you've got enough, or no, we don't think you've got enough, won't they? So, hi, Matthew. You know, just... Anyway, they came out with this not so long ago, and we talked about it in a video. It came out that said Christian B is definitely, they've got proof, you know, proof perfect that Christian B is responsible for the death of Madeleine. Oh, first that she was dead in the first place and that he did it. But then that's it. You know, and Christian B, I mean, I'm not really sure what's going on there in Germany, because they said that isn't he likely to be released in September, but now they're going to keep him a bit longer. I mean, maybe they will turn around and charge him. Don't know. You know, maybe that's why they've gone off to Portugal to, you know, find the final bit of evidence. Who knows? You know, this is what I mean, you sort of give up with this case, really, because there's so many videos been made, documentaries, Netflix documentary, social media videos, YouTube videos, TikToks. You know, how many videos has there been about this case? You know, and people will always give their whole forth with their theories and, you know, this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, ultimately, nothing's changed, has it? It's like nothing's changed. No further on, really, with this case. Then it was sort of a couple of weeks after it happened. Nothing's changed. Anyway. So apparently Portuguese and German police have launched a new search in Portugal this week as part of ongoing investigations into the disappearance of Madeleine McCann. And the search will cover the municipality of Lagos, which sits next to Praia-da-Luz. Now, Lagos, yeah, it is. It's not, because, I went to Praia-da-Luz, and Lagos is sort of, it's not far away, don't get me wrong, but it's about 20 minutes in a car, I'd say. 20 minutes in a car, maybe 15. So what information are they working on that they're going to search Lagos? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Imagine if tomorrow it was headlines of Madeleine McCann's body found or something like that. It'd be, you just can't imagine it, can you? But you never know. You never know. So, yeah, it sits next to Praia-da-Luz, the town in the Algarve where she went missing nearly 2 decades ago. Madeleine was 3. Yeah, only 3. I mean, you cannot get your head around anybody leaving a 3-year-old and 2 2-year-olds alone in an apartment in a foreign country, while you go off and get drunk with your friends. In a country where children are welcome, till late into the night. You just can't imagine doing that. And these, the McCann's 2 doctors should have known better, So her disappearance sparked a Europe-wide police investigation and has become one of the most highest profile unsolved missing person cases in the world. So Portuguese police confirmed on Monday that they were carrying out the search between the 2nd and the 6th of June. So they've started today and they'll be doing it till the 6th. So it's a couple of days search on warrants issued by German prosecutors. I wonder where they are searching. So German investigators have taken the lead in the case since identifying 48-year-old Christian Bruckner. I tell you what, he's had a hard life. He looks a lot older than 48, that guy. So they identified him as the prime suspect in 2020. Now, if Christian B is guilty, well, I hope they do prosecute him. I hope, if it gives some answers and there is definite proof that it's him, that's good. I just don't like all this sort of smoke and mirrors. So German authorities suspect him of murder but have not found enough evidence to bring charges. But they've told the world and his dog that he's guilty. So surely he's got a case for prosecuting them, because they've come out and said he's guilty with no evidence. So he's currently serving a sentence in Germany for raping a 72-year-old American tourist in Portugal in 2005. German authorities told the BBC on Monday that criminal proceedings are currently underway in Portugal and that this was being done with the support of Portuguese police. Portuguese authorities have also named Bruckner as a formal suspect, or arguido, and they said he would hand over any evidence seized in the latest search to German authorities. Meanwhile, the Met Police said, so this is apparently has nothing to do with the Met Police. So remember, the Met Police were given more money, weren't they, to continue investigating into the Madeleine case. Not loads of money, but some money. So, it's still being investigated, isn't it, by the Met, but they're not apparently involved in this at all. But they said, we're aware of the searches being carried out by the German Federal Police in Portugal as part of their investigation into the disappearance of Madeleine McCann. And the search will be the first to take place in 2 years. Yes, I remember that 2 years ago, just before I went to Portugal. That previous search focused on that dam, didn't it? A 40-minute drive from where Madeleine was last seen. and Bruckner, who spent time in the area between 2000 and 2017, was found to have photographs and videos of himself near the reservoir. Portuguese media reported on Monday that the new search would focus on the area between the Ocean Club holiday resort, where their family was staying, and the house where Bruckner used to live. Okay. So, property linked to the suspect when he was in the area in 2007. Property the suspect lived in during his time in the area. Praia Luz Ocean Club. So, and this is Lagos here. So, there's a couple of so are they going to search those properties? Anyway, we don't know. We don't know exactly what they're going to search, but they're going out there to search something, and supposedly with the cooperation of the Portuguese police. And they're not dead cooperative often, are they? But because they seem to be pretty certain that the McCanns were complicit. So the night Madeleine disappeared, her parents had been at dinner with friends at a restaurant a short walk away. It's not a short walk away. It is quite a long walk away. You would not dream of leaving your children there, while you went, and you just wouldn't. 3 young children, 2 toddlers and a 3-year-old. Just leave them in an apartment in a foreign country, and you go off and have dinner with your friends miles away. Well, it's not miles away, but it's quite a distance away. So, while Madeleine and her younger twin siblings were asleep in the ground floor apartment, her parents checked in on the children throughout the evening until her mother, Kate, discovered Madeleine was missing at around 10 o'clock. So German authorities continued to treat Bruckner as their main suspect. However, prosecutors in Germany said earlier this year that there was no prospect of a charge against him relating to Madeleine's disappearance. Do you know what I mean? It's all confusing, isn't it? He's their main suspect, but prosecutors said there's no prospect of a charge against him. So a German documentary in 2022 found evidence that Bruckner occasionally worked at the Ocean Club as a handyman. And while I was there, we went into that complex. I spoke to a guy who still works there, who was working there the day that Madeleine disappeared. And he knew Christian Bruckner. And he said, in his opinion, there's no way that it was anything to do with Christian Bruckner. So, but that's just what somebody said who knew him. I don't know. But I'm just telling you what that guy said. Nothing to do with Christian Bruckner. As far as all the people that live in that area are concerned, the only people that were involved in Madeleine's disappearance were the McCanns. That's the general feeling from the people that live in the area and the people that were working there at the time. So German prosecutors have also linked his mobile phone data and a car sale to their case against him. And Madeleine's parents last month marked the 18-year anniversary of her disappearance, saying their determination to leave no stone unturned is unwavering. And the Metropolitan Police continues its investigation into Maddie's disappearance, known as Operation Graange, which has been going since 2011. So there we are. There we are. Does anyone think they might find something? Oh, yes, Ralmote, number one son knocking things over. Always. You know what it's like. I go on a live, all chaos breaks out one way or another, doesn't it? So that's where we are with that. I just wanted to talk it over with you, see what you think. Do you think it will lead to anything? Or do you think it'll just be another one of those you know, oh, you know, some news about Madeleine McCann. How many times over these 20 years has there been, you know, something like this, a search, or, oh, bombshell evidence, or blah, de, blah, de, blah, de, blah, and not come to anything? Is this just going to be exactly the same? Who knows? I mean, you know, I could be wrong tomorrow. As I say, the headlines tomorrow that we might be looking at might be, you know, some evidence found. I hope so. I hope so. Because if Christian B is responsible, he needs to be charged. You know, but if he's not responsible, well, you know, why they're just not charging him? It does, you know, and I've got no sympathy for Christian B. It seems like he's a, you know, POS, whatever. But, you know, it's not fair to literally publicly accuse somebody of something. You know, the police, when do they ever do that? Literally accused him of doing it. But they're not charged him. It seems like, you know, he's got a case against them for that. But anyway. So that's the first thing I wanted to look at. Little Madeleine. Poor Madeleine. I hope one day you know, she deserves, for a start, I don't know, you know, if Madeleine is not alive, which, you know, it does seem unlikely. I'm sorry, but it does seem unlikely that she's alive. She deserves to be laid to rest decently, properly, you know. And how awful to be the sort of most famous missing child ever. You know, it's just awful. It's not fair to Madeleine. Poor thing, poor little